to do this.
Zed Nasheet.
Zed Nasheet.
Zed Nasheet is not your average real estate agent. Zed's creative concepts come to him the moment he walks into a property.
We were born and brought up in war zone.
Everyone knows Australia is a land of opportunity, so we started with basically zero.
This industry is all about people. People buy you first before they buy the product.
Tell me a little bit about your philosophy on that fear is a state of mind.
It's about living life with your own terms and becoming fearless because that's what life is supposed to be.
If it's not sold, it's not sold.
And welcome to Foreign Influence. We're on location in Hampton East, Melbourne, Australia. We're here to interview four brothers born in Afghanistan. They fled the Taliban for the safe and secure future. Here in Australia, they created an empire selling high-end real estate.
If somebody epitomizes going all in and playing full out as your next speaker. At 29 years old, he runs the fastest growing real estate agent in Australia. He is the fastest selling real estate agent in the world. He's multi-award winning. In 2017, he broke the record for generating $30 million worth of listings in 1 month. That's worth a round of applause, $30 million worth of listings in 1 month.
You must have been born to do this.
Zed Nasheet.
Zed Nasheet.
Zed Nasheet is not your average real estate agent. Zed's creative concepts come to him the moment he walks into a property.
Zed Nasheet, world's fastest selling agent.
We just wanted to ask you, Zed, how do you do it? How can you sell a house in 15 minutes? You've got marketing by the throat and you're shaking it. It's fantastic.
Now, he's the Melbourne realtor reeling in his clients.
So your record is actually selling the house in 15 minutes.
How do you become the fastest selling real estate agent?
He's the best of the best.
Well, we have an exciting day today at Foreign Influence. We've got Nasheet Brothers here who were born in Afghanistan and now living in Australia and breaking all the records. It's such an honor, guys, to have you.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
You were born in Afghanistan. When we think of Afghanistan, we think of war-torn country and the Taliban, but I'm sure there is so much more to Afghanistan. What was your experience living there?
First of all, Lina, thank you very much for giving us the opportunity. Thank you for coming here. Thanks to the team, production team at Foreign Influence. You raise a really good question. Afghanistan is known as a virgin country. It's full of natural resources, and throughout the history, many foreign forces, including the superpowers, have tried to take control of the land there, including the region. Living there from when I was born until we left that country, we were born and brought up in war zone. After the Russians, the communist regime continued, and we left Afghanistan in 1992 when the Mujahideen, the warlords, came from the mountain and collapsed and overtake the regime from the former president back then appointed by the Russian government. That's when we left Afghanistan and we migrated to Pakistan.
What was that experience like? Like, how did you just live overnight? What were the circumstances?
We tried to stay there for about a week after the changes of the regime. However, it was intolerable for us. Back then, my brothers were a lot younger than me. I was the oldest brother in the family, and my dad, my mom, and I decided it's safe for us to leave the country because of the concerns we had about my dad's the history working with the former government, and also to secure a better future for the four brothers, and a safe zone for us to be able to be brought up with security within a democratic society, basically.
How did you immigrate to Australia?
After living in Pakistan for 10 years, throughout this time we were being sponsored by one of my mom's sisters who used to live and currently lives in Australia. She sponsored us, and after 10 years of consistent applications and follow-ups, we managed to get our sponsorship over the line and approved and migrate to Australia in 2002.
What was it like for you guys adapting to a new culture, learning a new language? Case, maybe you can answer that?
Well, everyone knows Australia is a land of opportunity. So we started with basically zero. And we started here, we grew up in here, and we just love it. This is the land that everyone should call home.
I'm sure there must have been some kind of difficulties, because it must have been such a shock. Everything completely changed for you.
Like everyone, we struggle a lot. I used to get bullied at school. T used to get bullied at school. He never got bullied. Never. I used to get bullied at school because obviously English wasn't our first language. That was the reality. We went through a lot of hiccups. We went through a lot of troubles. He used to sell hot dogs. And then I followed his footsteps because we didn't speak the language. We struggled a lot, just like everybody. We had to start from zero, from scratch.
We started from zero. Embracing culture was not the difficult part.
Or the language.
And for us, focusing on the solution was the easiest part, because from the war-torn Afghanistan, the life we had, to where we migrated into Pakistan, where I had to work from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Having a full-time job was literally like entertainment for me from 9 to 5. So I was working 2-3 jobs. So we were very, very fortunate to come to Australia at the best time of our lives. Our parents we are very fortunate that our parents are with us, they live with us, and we're very proud of what we have achieved in such a short period of time.
And also, family and culture is so different over there to what we have here. There's a lot of respect, there's a lot of hospitality. I mean, Afghan people in general are very hospitable. So the family culture over there to what's here, very, very different. So we were trying to adapt into this. For example, we've got 28 boy cousins.
Yes.
And we were so close to them, and we've got no family here at all. So then to leave them behind, our best friends behind, to come back here and start, that was a big shock for us. Whatever I owned was my cousins. Whatever my cousins was us. Sharing. And then over here, it's like, no, what's mine is mine. What's yours is yours. So that was a big culture shock for us as well. There was a lot of hurdles, but again, it
was quite easy to adjust at the same time because of the place where we came to this golden soil. It was a very, very big improvement in our lives. Therefore, we could only see the positivity. And to date, as we discussed this all the time between us, there was the vocabulary of depression, stress, anxiety did not exist in our terms, in our vocabulary.
Dictionary.
Because it still doesn't exist.
It still doesn't exist. We look at the solution, we work hard, and we believe that supporting people around us is what's giving us the energy and the positivity, and that's how we operate.
And we work as a team as well, so that's what they say. If you go fast, you go by yourself. If you go far, then you go as a team.
How did you guys get into real estate?
Good question. I'll start off myself, and then of course the brothers can answer. But I started, I was always in sales, and Masi was my mentor, and actually must say about Masi, very, very hard and tough to have him as your manager, as your boss, even though being an older brother. But he was not easy to work under at the start. But then again, that came along with a successful and a good...
Was that a compliment or...?
Well, I think you did well where it was, working for others, but then he was the manager where he was really strict with the rules and the timings and all that stuff. What I started was always in sales, whether it was phone calls, cold calling, door knocking, and being in telecommunication. Then I started really doing well on that. Then I decided to do, I need more of a challenge. Then I did finance, so I got into finance, I went banking, and then I did a bit of mortgage broking to be able to, as a BDM role, and then I was doing so well at that as well. Then I needed more challenge, then thank God the brothers came in, had a great time. We had it all in us, and so we decided, great, why not do it under Zed Real Estate brand, where he's had the experience and the face, and of course Masi's support, Casey's support, and the families. And then I joined real estate, and I think I'm doing so well. I am so good.
Self-appreciation.
Yes.
Self-acknowledgement.
No, I've learned a lot.
It's good to have high self-esteem. Yes.
Yeah. A bit too high.
I don't know.
Whose idea was it to start real estate as a family business?
I was working for other brands for about 8 years, and the real estate industry has changed so much over the years, so it was about time to bring in some innovation and change in the industry. So myself and Masi, we decided to bond arms together and start something different. And Masi doesn't come from any real estate background at all. So he's got the formal education, and we us two brothers here, we're the street smart.
How do you distribute family roles?
From the oldest to the youngest, pretty much. That's the culture. From dad, mum, and then straight after Masi is our older brother. He's also our father of the house as well. And he's the decision maker for all of us, pretty much.
I have noticed that you place a lot of importance on authenticity, and you have this strategy on, let me get this right, ask questions, listen, acknowledge, and deliver with enthusiasm. Did I get this right?
You sure did.
So please tell me more about that. Why do you think it's so important?
This industry is all about people. People buy you first before they buy the product, or people buy you first before they sell their properties with yourself, or they buy the properties. So they buy you first on the basis of you being a realist, how authentic you are, how much education or how much product knowledge you've got, and then you deliver it with confidence. So, and this industry is all about relationship building and building a good rapport with them, because you've heard this terminology, always be closing, ABC, and it's really big in the sales world. We don't do that, we go ABE, always be educating. Because if you don't recommend something to yourself, don't recommend to people out there as well. So people can feel the energy, people can feel the authenticity out there as well. And if your intention is on just making money, you'll never make money. So that whatever you do, our dads taught us, whatever you do in your life, do it with your heart, do it with passion, otherwise don't do it. And in this world, there's no room for number two. Be number one and be the best at what you do.
That's terrific. I absolutely love it.
There is potential vendor new street. Done. 1 second. I'll stay in the line. Hi mate, how you going?
Good mate, how's things?
Awesome. I've got a buyer for your property.
You've got a buyer?
Yeah, I've got a buyer. What do you want for it?
What do you want to pay?
Mate, you told me you're happy to pay. You're happy to take, 2 for it, correct?
Yeah, sold.
2 million sold.
Sold.
Could you please tell me, Zed, have you ever thought of getting into motivational speaking? Because the way I see you, you are such a great motivational speaker. Do you get invited to do talks?
I've been doing tours for the last 3-4 years now.
4 years, yeah.
I never wanted to be a motivational speaker. I'm not a motivational speaker, but people just get me to come out to their offices, their businesses, and speak in front of their sales staff and pass on our wisdom, pass on the experiences that we've done, because at Zed Real Estate, we're all about innovation and change. We're all about giving back. And that's what Zed Talk is all about. Because if I was to look back and rewind my life when I was 21 or 18, 19, I wish I had a Zed that could give me direction on social media. So I'm not really a public speaker or a motivational speaker, but this environment's turned me into one. So today I'm going out to CBRE to share our knowledge, to share the brand experiences on how we get transactions done within the first 24 hours. Because I think we're the fastest selling estate agency in the country right now, simply because we focus on the solution, not on the problem.
Tell me a little bit about your philosophy on that fear is a state of mind, that 10% is what happens to us. This is according to you, and 90% is our response, what we can do about that. Just give me some examples.
Sure. Alina, everyone lives their life with their own terms and all that, and everyone's got their own style and all that. How I look at life is very short. You've only got 86,400 seconds in a day, so it's up to yourself to be able to wake up and choose happiness. And money doesn't buy you happiness, I can guarantee you that right now. If you speak to some of the most successful CEOs around the world, they always tell you, money doesn't buy you happiness, but whatever you do, you just do it with passion, live life with your own terms, and having no fear at all. Because if you don't kill the enemy inside, the enemy outside can't do anything. So that's why I always tell people, life is 10% what happens and 90% how you respond to what happens. You've got two options, for example. You go out and buy a brand new car, you have no insurance. Straight away, you ran into a pole. You can sit down and cry about it for 45 minutes and nothing's going to change if you don't change this mindset here. So fear is a state of mind on the basis of how you respond. So 90% you can just respond back saying, you know what? At the end of the day, it's happened. Let's just focus on the solution. I'm alive, I'm healthy. Afghani people right now, we have no fear because we've been at war for the last 52 years non-stop, okay? Fear is something, I feel like in my eyes, walking outside your house like our friends and families that we have overseas, there's bombing outside. That's fear. That's real fear. That's real risk. Fear is not something that, you know, you get into a business, which a lot of people say, they put so much fear and thoughts into their mind, saying, can I do this, can I do that? That's not fear. This fear of getting into business is, you know, no problem for us. So it's about living life with your own terms and becoming fearless because that's what life is supposed to be.
About reality TV show. I know sky's the limit for Nasheet Brothers, and whose idea was it to plan to film the reality TV show?
We've been working with numerous amount of producers over the last year, and we have signed contracts with Channel 10, and I'm going to be very transparent here that we had a couple of disputes here and there. So right now we're in the process of filming our own in-house TV show so we can create in-house media and then launching it on Channel 10 or Channel 9 ourselves. So
that's exciting. That's really exciting. Case, I imagine real estate is very, very hectic. So how do you relax? What do you do for enjoyment?
As a hobby, we play music, and myself, T and Zed, we perform in weddings, concerts, engagement parties, communities. We just try to...
What instruments do you play?
I do, I'm a main singer, and I play keyboard, a little bit of keyboard as well. Zed plays drums, and he's a backup singer. And he used to be a good drummer as well, but he's sort of, now he is retired.
And do you compose the music yourself?
I do compose music as well. I arrange the music as well, basically from zero to the completion.
Good afternoon, this is your captain speaking with just a little flight information. We're flying at an altitude of 37,000 feet and our airspeed is 400 miles an hour. So just sit back and relax and enjoy the rest of the flight.
How do you do it like that? How do you do it like that? Yeah. How do you do it like that? How do you do it like that? Yeah. How do you do it like that? How do you do it like that? Eh. Multi-million-dollar is your house. No problem, I can sell it right now. Fastest selling agent in the world, so you know it's about to get sold. All I give my clients is gorgeous. All I want to make you say so, yeah. How do you do it like that. So.
And what do I see here? This is where you keep the money from all the deals
where we
that you make.
keep the money. This is actually it's a yeah.
I can't. This is so heavy.
Yeah.
Oh my
It's
god.
a commercial grade safe. So this is where the money's kept.
For real, it's not a joke. Tav,
Sure.
how many people do you have working in your agency?
So we have the in-house accountant, which is great, or the bookkeeper. Then we have the IT managers, which is IT systems, which very rarely to have in a real estate environment. Usually they're always online or out the office. So total with the reception and all that, so I would say about 30, 35 staff,
Wow,
including all the
that's
sales
a
team.
lot,
Correct,
yeah.
correct, yes.
And I heard that you are thinking of acquiring another property much, much bigger than this one.
Sure. So what we're planning is to have a goal every year to just look forward for and work towards from the discussion that next 2 to 3 to 5 years, where is the real estate going to be and what do we want to achieve and where our vision is going to be. So we're planning to have, as you guys can see the logo, as Zed full stop, to have a full stop. Basically, real estate needs that it's in developments architect, which we have most of them in-house, but we are planning to go Zed Tower. So that will be the next thing coming up. Hopefully,
Amazing.
we can find the right location, if it can be up here or we can just find
In
a nice
Hampton,
one.
okay.
Yes.
And I really love the touch when I drive past quite a few houses and instead of sold, it says Zold. I love that.
Thank you, thank you. It's really quite catchy. We do, of course, get a bit of feedback, positive, negative, but then again, it's all marketing, right? We thought bringing a change to the industry, since we're doing the property videos, using a lot of the social media where we do a lot of our most transactions, and Zol for Zale is the new thing.
Amazing.
We have that saying, if it's not Zold, it's not sold.
Masi, I'm so impressed with this building, with the attention to detail. Please tell me about it.
Thanks for the compliment,
about?
Alina. This used to be a branch of Commonwealth Bank about 3 years ago. We purchased the building and demolished the entire complex internally. And with the whole demolition, we had 77 tons of steel out of here, including
77 tons. Wow.
Bulletproof steels used for the security. And then we just designed and came up with this concept to build one open office made out of glass, which represents transparency, which represents honesty.
Oh, I like that.
So this is my office. This is where I work from.
This is where the deals are
This is
being
the
done.
deals, or the money is being handled. And then we've got my brother Zed's office right next to me, with a bifold door. When we have group of brothers meeting, we open up the bifold door and we have these meetings here as well. So the whole idea was to keep that consistent marble throughout the design element of the building, the office. And everything that we have designed is meant to be mobile, modern, and minimalistic. So what you see is what we have come up with.
So this is like an analogy to the type of business that you're operating.
Spot on, well said, yeah.
And where to go to next? What are your plans and aspirations?
The vision is to build a Z Tower. The logo, our logo, Z full stop with a circle. The concept is to build the Z Tower, which represents a one-stop shop for all your property needs. So we don't stop at property. Currently we are providing property services, full solution, including conveyancing, finance, building and pits inspection. We've got in-house, which I can show you later on, in-house builder, and he does extensions, renovations, and he's doing an amazing job at increasing the value of the properties for potential buyers.
Wow.
Next, Z Tower with everything in-house, including the hair salon, Rolls-Royce, car dealership, everything in one building.
Yep. All made by Nasheet Brothers, united together.
And worked collaboratively with all the people who are like-minded.